Hey guys, Mrs. Kingery here. Today we'll be going over formal versus informal style in our writing. During this video, you need to be taking Cornell notes and pausing to clarify your knowledge when necessary. So let's get started. The essential question for these notes will be, what role does formal writing play in the style and purpose of my essay? Formal style is used to appeal to a certain kind of audience versus informal style, which might be used for an audience that's more casual or more close to you. You need to make sure that you know which style is required for each situation. When is it necessary to write formally? Well, here are just a few examples. In essays, which is the main way that we'll be demonstrating formal style in English 1, resumes, job applications, college applications, letters to the editor, legal documents, etc. You never know when you might need to write formally. There are 7 elements of formal style, and they are varied sentence structure, not using contractions, using third person only, not using slang, using precise language, not using cliches, and avoiding two-part verbs. Let's go over each of the elements in turn. Varied sentence structure. Here's an example of informal. This sentence has 5 words. Here are 5 more words. 5-word sentences are fine, but several together become monotonous. Listen to what is happening. The writing is getting boring. The sound of it drones. It's like a stuck record. The ear demands some variety. Here it would be if you were to write it formally. Now listen. I vary the sentence length and it creates music. Music. The writing sings. It has a pleasant rhythm, a lilt, a harmony. I use short sentences, and I use sentences of medium length, and sometimes, when I am certain the reader is rested, I will engage him with a sentence of considerable length, a sentence that burns with energy and builds with all the impetus of a crescendo, the roll of the drums, the crash of the cymbals, sounds that say listen to this because it's important. Now about contractions. Here is an informal example. They'll never finish if they keep texting their friends. Versus formal. They will never finish if they keep texting their friends. As you can see, not using contractions is one of the simpler ways to stay formal. Now about using third person only, here are some informal examples. I think the author wants to persuade the audience to donate to their organization. You should consider donating to this organization. Versus formal examples. The author wants to persuade the audience to donate to their organization. Donating to this organization would. As you can see, you need to switch around the syntax of your sentence in order to avoid using the first or second person. Now, we come to slang. It is very easy to find yourself falling into the trap of using slang because they are words that we use every single day. The problem is, we are not formal every single day, and so we need to get in the habit of avoiding slang. Here are some informal examples. The need for innovation is basically necessary. They have got to get their work done. I definitely got the message. Here would be a more formal way of saying these 3 sentences. The need for innovation is necessary. They need to finish their work. I received the message. And here are some examples of cliches. When you use cliches, it makes you sound, honestly, not very original. So let's try to avoid these and any other cliches you can think of. Be all, end all. This day and age. Crystal clear. Don't count on it. Know the ropes. High and mighty. Live and learn. Moment of truth. Off the wall. Out on a limb. Put your foot down. Not the end of the world. Give and take. As you can probably guess, there are hundreds of other examples of cliches. Try to avoid these in your essay. Also, you need to use precise language. A lot, many, very, little, etc. All of these make you sound like you don't know what you're talking about and like you haven't taken the time to research the exact numbers. Here are some informal examples. The test was very difficult. My day was pretty good. She talks a lot. How is anyone supposed to know exactly how much you know about the subject if you keep saying sentences like these? On the other hand, here are some formal examples of precise language. The questions on the exam force the students to think about what they learned rather than regurgitate information. Because today begins a long holiday with my family, today is a good day. After 2 hours of listening to her uninterrupted speech about her 10 cats, I was exhausted. As you can see, each of these sentences gives very precise examples and explanations for why the test was difficult, why their day was very good, and why the person talks a lot. Last but not least, we need to avoid two-part verbs in our essays. Again, they can be replaced with more important words or words that honestly make you sound smarter. Here is a list of two-part verbs: caught up, given up, coming with, listening in, bought up, going towards, put up with. That's still considered a two-part verb even though there are 3 words. Fall out, join in, come up with, looking into, bring back. The issue was brought up in the meeting. 2 partners set up a meeting. Both of these do not sound very formal. Here are some alternatives. This issue was mentioned during the meeting. 2 partners planned a meeting. If you ever have a couple of words that could be replaced with one word that is more exact, always opt for that one word. Now remember, you can rewind this video and go back and back as many times as you need to fill in your notes. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you remember to employ these 7 elements of formal style into your essays. Good luck!